and Ahmed Muhammad and Fatma Raid. After finishing this seminar, you're gonna be able to understand simple information about ECG, then understand cardiac conduction of the heart and its relationship to the ECG. Then you're gonna recognize normal waveforms and identify intervals and segments on the ECG. That's gonna be discussed by me. Then you're gonna know about ECG mechanism and that setup with Ahmed. Then uses and abnormal intervals with Fatma. What is ECG? It's a simple introduction to ECG. Actually, the ECG consists of three letters. The E, which stands for electro, is a Greek word which means the heart activity, electric activity. Then the cardio, which stands for heart in English, and graph, which is to write. It's also all of them are Greek words, then translate to English. If you search on internet for ECG or EKG, actually they are same, no difference, just different in accent. The ECG is a British English, EKG is American English. Then, what is ECG? What's the definition of ECG? As we see in the films and series, a patient laying on a bed with a monitor next to him, then showing up signals up and down. That means that the patient is alive. But if there's signals going up or there's no signals, that means the patient is dead. No signals. Then it's a process of recording electrical activity of the heart over the period of time. We have periods here using electrodes, as you see here in the chest, the breast, legs, then on patient's body. To the boring part, I know it's going to pass, don't worry, is the historical view. The first scientist attempt to use the ECG was Alexander Muirhead in 1872. What he did, he attached wires to patient's wrist to obtain a record of his heartbeat. Then many scientists followed the Alexander Muirhead. One of them was Augustus Waller. He invented an ECG consists of capillary electrometer in 1887. Then an initial breakthrough came by William Enthoven. He invented a string galvanometer which helped in improving ECG. Why is this? Is that this so initial breakthrough? This is because this device was much more sensitive of the capillary electrometer which was invented by Augustus Waller. Not just that. Enthoven assigned the letters P, Q, R, S, and T to the deflections of the heart, to various deflections of the heart in 1924. Then he awarded the Nobel Prize for his discovery in medicine. Here's in Enthoven and his big ECG. It's really huge when we compare it to the nowadays ECG, so small, portable maybe. Then we're gonna go to the cardiac conduction system and its relationship with ECG. As we know, the heart has four chambers, the right and left atria, and the right and left ventricles. The contraction of the heart means shock. Where can we bring this? Take this shock? The shock begins in the SA node, the sinoatrial node. In the right atrium, as you see here, pacemaker. What is pacemaker means? Anybody has any idea? What? نعم. What is pacemaker? What does it mean? Anybody?
That's the question, rephrase.
Pacemaker. What does pacemaker mean? Why this SA node is the pacemaker?
It's the one that starts the shock?
Yes, but actually it's no in the same time. The pacemaker is the first node that provides the shock, but is the tissue that generates the highest heartbeat. We have, as we see, S, A, and AV, and Purkinje fibers. They all provide electricity, but SA node is the highest one, about 160 beats per minute. Then It's as the branch to the left atrium, to the Bankman's bundle. Then it three branches to the AV node. As the branch, the shock moves to the right, to the left atrium, and down to the AV node, providing contraction of atria. Then the atria is going to contract and move, the blood is going to move to the ventricles. Then the signals travels to the AV node. From the AV node, we can know that its location is atria, ventricular node. It's between the ventricles, the atria and ventricles in the upper part, here. It provides 40 to 60 beats per minute. Then from the AV node, I forgot something. The AV node called the gatekeeper. Anybody knows why they called it gatekeeper? There is dilation in the shock, in the AV node. There is dilation, there is that hinders, the AV node hinders the shock. Provide what? Actually, it hinders the shock because the velocity of the shock and the velocity of the blood are not the same. The shock is much more, has more velocity than the blood. Then, if the shock moves, the contraction of ventricles will be so rapid, the blood hasn't come to the ventricles yet, the valves hasn't closed, so there's decrease in efficiency of the heart, maybe 2 or 3%. So the blood will gonna go up to the atria. From the AV node, the shock is gonna move to the bundle of His. From the bundle of His, it's gonna branch to two left and right one. From left and right branch to Purkinje fibers to provide the contraction of ventricles. The blood is gonna move from the ventricles to the lungs, and then to the blood. One thing, if SA node fails to provide the shock, the AV node is going to provide it, but in less beats per minute. If AV node fails, the Purkinje fiber is going to provide this shock. If Purkinje fibers fails, then the patient is going to be dead. Here a quick video, a summary. The shock starts in the SA node, branch to the left atrium, and branch to the SA node, AV node. That has hinders dilation in the shock to give time the blood to move to the ventricles. From the AV node to the bundle of His, from the bundle of His as the branch to left and right one, then to Purkinje fibers, then provides contraction of ventricles, then to the blood, to the body, and to the lungs. As you see here, a quick contraction is going to happen. Let's slow. That's fine. Normal waves and intervals and segments of the ECG. We've talked about the shock, but how is this shock going to be interpreted on the ECG? This is the shock that moves through the heart. It starts in the SA node, the flat line here, then as the branch to the left atrium and to the AV bundle, that gives contraction, depolarization of the heart, depolarization of atrium. Depolarization means contraction, repolarization means relaxation. Then, so the P wave represents depolarization of atria. Then the long flat line here represents the dilation of AV node to give time to blood to move. From the PR segment to that line which represent the bundle of his. We're showing the bundle of his. From the bundle of his to the right and left branches, from the right and left branches to the Purkinje fibers, providing the contraction, depolarization of ventricles, not atrium. So the QRS complex gives us the contraction of ventricles. Then we have the ST segment, is the junction point between the contraction of ventricles and the relaxation of ventricles. So there is a meeting point between them. Then the T wave represent the relaxation or repolarization of ventricles. I highlighted the here main for U wave and underlined it for one reason, which is many theories has been suggested for the U wave. The U wave appears in 65 beats per minute or less. If your heart is 70, it's not gonna be a beat. Only if 65 beats per minute or less. Then it presents the Purkinje fibers, the one that contract the ventricles, the Purkinje fiber resting. Then we have two important intervals, the PR, the contraction of atria, the QT, the depolarization, the contraction and relaxation of ventricles. A small note that the ECG is not stressing of single action potential. We have, as I told you, P, the QRS, the U, the T wave, they all have action potential, not only one. So the ECG is not stressing of single action potential, but many action potential that constitute the activity of the heart. Hope you that enjoy my presentation, and thanks.